get everyone, Asian Dad here. Intel has just launched their new Tiger Lake H processor. It's also known as the 11th gen Intel Core H series processor. So these are the powerful mobile processors that you may see in laptops as well as small or micro form factor computers. And also there are new Xeon mobile processors as well. So they actually launched 10 new processors. 5 for the consumer market and 5 for the commercial market. So with the consumer market, they've got 2 i9s with the flagship as being the 11980HK processor, and that is actually fully unlocked, and also 1 i7 and 2 i5 processors. Now on the commercial side, they're actually launching 2 new Xeons. So the W11955M processor will be their new Xeon flagship processor, and they also have an i9 and an i7 and an i5 processor. Now all the processors can be ranged anywhere between 6 to 8 cores. All the processors will support DDR4 at a maximum speed of 3200. Now Intel did hinted at that it can go beyond that through overclocking, but officially it only support up to a maximum speed of 3200. Now all those processors will be running off the 10 nanometer super FinTech process, and a few of them will boast they will have the world's fastest single threaded mobile processor as well too, at a maximum speed of 5 gigahertz, and that's using the Intel Turbo Boost Max 3.0 tech. Now, I am very keen to actually get my hands on some of these new laptops that will have this, to actually try out this 5 gigahertz. Now, from what I can see from what Intel tells me is that these are able to sustain that 5 gigahertz for just under a minute. But I think some OEMs, really depends on what the OEMs do with the cooling solution, that we may actually see a little bit longer sustainability for that 5 gigahertz. But let's have a see when I get my hands on one of those computers there. Intel has also informed it has 3 times the platform I/O bandwidth for PCIe 4.0, and of course it's got support for Thunderbolt 4, which goes up to a maximum data transfer speeds of 40 gigabits, and it has this new Intel Killer Wi-Fi 6E. So these are for the next gen networking devices that you start seeing rolling out in the future, as there's a few already out there as well, but these will hopefully give us much faster network and bandwidth capabilities. They also have said they've got 44 PCIe lanes, so we're getting a lot more bandwidth now, which is fantastic to see. Intel did show us a few comparative benchmarks on what to expect for these new processors. And what they did was compare the new i9-11980HK processor with the 10980HK processor, and they were both paired up with the RTX 3080 card. Now in gaming wise, you can expect anywhere between 5 to 20% performance increase for games. They also compared it with the AMD Ryzen 9 5900HX processor, and they report it can be anywhere between 11 to 26% faster than the AMD processor as well too. And as for the office applications and the professional applications, they actually report they can be anywhere between 11 to 29% faster than the 10th gen Intel Core. What was also interesting was they actually compared the new i5 with the Ryzen 9 5900HS processor, and they actually report that it can be either on par or 10% faster in games than the Ryzen 9 5900HS processor. So that's a very interesting point there. As a forewarning, I will only hang on to these numbers very lightly. My advice is just wait for us reviewers to actually get some of these devices into our hands and actually be able to perform these benchmarks, so I can actually give you the real results there as well. Intel has also reported they've got more than 80 devices already designed with this Tiger Lake H series processor in them. So hopefully after this video, you actually start to see the OEMs start launching their new products with this Tiger Lake H series processor. Now I'm very keen to get my hands on one because I really want to test out this 5 gigahertz and see how long it's able to sustain for. And the one that I'm really also interested in is the new i5. I really want to see its performance, and especially at its price point on what it can claim. It boasts quite a lot, and it will more than likely be the mainstream processor we'll see for both the commercial and the consumer market there. Now, I would love to hear what your thoughts are on this new Tiger Lake H series processor, and what you are very excited by, or what you want to see from Intel as well. So put a comment below. I am very interested to see that. Now, if you find this video informative or enjoyed it, or even support my channel, smack that like button for me, because it does help me out. And if you haven't done already, subscribe to my channel by hitting the subscribe button as well on the bottom right of the screen. I do try to upload a new video every week, and just remember, imperfections in life makes it beautiful and interesting. And I'll see you next video.